Alright, I'm gonna try really hard to like curb my anger and my animosity. But I want to talk to you right now about professionalism and actually running a business and what that means and how to do it. Because I think I was in a really poor head state, and even some of those guys that were wanting me to come do some work for them, I think they were, I'm not really sure. I think they were trying to dangle the carrot and lower the price. And like, it just, for me, I got so exhausted that chasing after a carrot wasn't worth it anymore. And you know what I mean? It's kind of funny, right? Because that carrot's been now switched out to a, full meatloaf dinner. And it's like, dude, I can't. I told you, like, I'm starving. Right now is the time. And if I called so many shops and nobody wanted to move forward with plumbing. I mean, I'm experienced, I'm very versed in plumbing. So I'm literally at the point where I could either run a business or I could just go work for a shop that wants to take on any and every kind of plumbing work. I'm not afraid of anything when it comes to plumbing. There's not a damn thing I can't do. I can set a well pump. I can set a boiler. I can snake your toilet. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a damn thing I can't do. So when I was hungry and nobody wanted to move forward on a project, I felt like everybody was trying to dangle a carrot, and it was like, dude, I can't do it for this price. This is what I have to do it for. And I mean, thank God I did, because my wheel bearing erupted in February, and I fought that for a month alone. And what would I have even done if I had taken on work at a cheap rate? I don't even, Here's a perfect example, okay? This job that I'm doing right now, if I were to bid it out myself, I don't even know what kind of number I'd throw at it. Maybe time and material, but I probably would have just said, hey man, I'll do it for $500 and let me shoot a fucking elk from out back. But instead, by the time this is all said and done, I think this is going to cost the homeowner probably close to like $9,000. And I did it hungry the whole time, like hungry and pissed off. And I'm not trying to be a dickbag about it. I'm really not. I just went past a dead deer on the side of the road, and there's a pile of elk right there. If you want, I'll turn around and I'll show you the dead deer that I just went past. And that's basically kind of how I got through the tail end of February. Was just, there's a lot of dead shit on the road here. And I don't know, man. I feel so devalued as a person. When I was a little kid, I grew up in a fucking meth lab, and my parents were straight up junkies. My dad was a biker, and I got adopted when I was 9. Blah 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 blah. I'll make a long story short. I've eaten out of garbage cans before, and like just the mental trauma. There's more elk for you. Just, you know what I mean? They're all over the place in here, but there ain't no love. There ain't no love in this valley, I'll tell you that. And that's kind of like, that's the world I live in. Is I live in this loveless world, like, as a plumber, everybody wants me to hurry up and go 1,000 times faster, but nobody wants to give a shit about the nasty, dirty environment that I'm unable to breathe the air in. Like, I'm constantly covered in sheetrock dust. I don't have anything to do with sheetrock. I'm a plumber, like, I've gotten to the point where I put my water fittings out on the floor, and then I cuss out the superintendent. Like, hey man, I'm in here trying to do some water piping, you know what I'm saying? I'm touching the potable water system, and you've got people pissing in a toilet that's not even hooked up, dude, splattering all over my PEX fittings. Can we get these shitbags out of here? And everybody's like, you have to have a better attitude, Brandon. No, dude, we need to not dry dock toilets on a construction site. You nasty animals. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, I live in a loveless world, and it's so hard for me to like transition that socially hardened, you know what I mean? Like I got a callus on my forehead from all the people that I headbutt. It's so hard for me to transition from that guy to a family man. Like, that is the hardest struggle for me, you know? To go home after I've been referring to somebody all day long as asshole or fuckstick, and then like go home and just be like peaceful and normal.